Did you guys want PS5s? Because I did. I couldn't get one. It's just, I guess, the way the world works, right? It's been a little bit of a mess on the internet. I tried to get mine on the 16th, I believe, whenever it was the actual pre-orders went out. So to give you a little bit more of a timeline, back here, I had to pull it up because it was so funny. Jeff Keighley actually asked the PlayStation 5 people, like, hey, when can we get a PS5? What's the deal? And they were very, like, evasive. They're like, yeah, you can sign up soon. We'll let you know.
So I think it's safe to say, for all of your viewers, we'll let you know when pre-order will happen. We will let you know. It's not going to happen with a minute's notice. We're going to, at some point, let you know when you can pre-order a PlayStation 5. So please don't feel like you have to go run out and line up anywhere until you receive official notice on how that'll work. So
they then had a website where if you fill in some information like your PSN, and they would be like, oh, are you cool enough? It'd be like the meme where the guy's like at the door, it's like, nope, not yet, or you can come in. And that setup page has been taken down. At the PlayStation showcase was super dope. Final Fantasy 16, Spider-Man's Miles Morales, Spider-Man's, the Hogwarts game that's coming out, the new Hogwarts Legacy game that looks pretty cool. The Call of Duty game, big surprise, it's gonna be next gen, but man, that game looks ridiculously action-packed. I don't know if it's called Village or Resident Evil 8. The next Resident Evil 8 is going to be on PS5. They had that Deathloop game, the one that Bethesda's making that got delayed. It kind of reminds me of Dishonored. It looks super cool. They had some Devil May Cry thing, like whatever, but I guess a special edition, it'll be out on launch. The new Oddworld game, which is cool, again, whatever, but hey, I really liked Oddworld back in the day on Xbox. Five Nights at Freddy's, because why not? Demon's Souls, it's going to be a launch title. Oh my god, it looks so cool. I don't think it's coming to PC. At least not for a long time. And that looks really like a really cool remake, and I love Demon's Souls. And at the very end, of course, they said, hey, here's the new God of War teaser, and that should be coming out in 2021. So everyone was super hyped, right? Like, you're 12 out of 10 out of the hype scale. And I think they just had one tweet that said, like, hey, pre-orders will be available, like, as soon as tomorrow from our retailers. Which wasn't really what they said earlier in July. I'm just like, yeah, well, we'll give you plenty of time, but whatever, maybe that's not plenty of time. They're probably working with like 1,000 partners and stuff, and they have them made. It's just how much, where they can go. They have to deal with COVID, chipset issues. Do they have enough manufacturing capacity? I don't know how you ship 10 million PS5s in the middle of a global pandemic, but they're going for it. They didn't address who was going to be selling them, how much, was going to be available, anything. So Jeff Keighley came out after that and said, per Sony, PlayStation 5 pre-orders will be available starting tomorrow. And then he was like, oh, actually, could be today. Reconfirmed that it could be today. And then Walmart came out and they're like, yeah, go to Walmart. Amazon's like, come to Amazon. And it was basically a disaster because they were selling out so fast, no one could get their hands on one. A lot of resellers got their hands on one, and now they're reselling for like $800 or $900 on eBay, which whatever, that's fine. I'm just salty because I don't have mine, right? It's been like 3 or 4 days. I guess it's actually technically the 19th, right? So they said, let's be honest, PS5 pre-orders could have been a lot smoother. We truly apologize for that. Over the next few days, we'll release more PS5 consoles for pre-order. Retailers will share more details, and more PS5s will be available throughout the end of the year. I guess there's going to be more, so that's nice. I can actually they will actually be able to take the money that I try to give them. That'd be nice. I'm really excited. I am very legitimately excited to try to get it at launch. I don't know how many there's going to be. Again, with COVID, there's rumors of them not having enough manufacturing capacity to actually get all the units out. And then Sony said, no, that story that Bloomberg put out that we had to cut it by 4 million units is not correct. We should have 11 million units in the marketplace, which still doesn't really meet the demand just because of how much the PS4 sold. The PS4 had I think it's over 100 million. I don't know how many consoles there are now, but I think it's only second to the PS2, which just was like the most ridiculously best-selling console ever. So, it's like PS4 is right there with such a big user base. And Sony knows they need to get all these people to come back and say, hey, let's get back into the PlayStation ecosystem here for all the PS5 exclusives. I don't know, maybe they just have a secret warehouse full of a couple mil they're sitting on somewhere in New Mexico. They just have like, you know, top secret government site and you drive in and it's just full of PS5s. Something here that I thought was interesting is that PlayStation 5 is not going to be backwards compatible past PlayStation 4. They said that 99%, the quote-unquote 99%, so sorry for like your weird special Japanese import version of an English, like with English subtitles or something. It's gonna get randomly thrown out. That's gonna be the one game everyone likes. But apparently 99% of the PS4 games can be playable, but not PS1, 2, or 3. And I would say that makes sense because it must be hard. It's a little disappointing for me because I want to be able to play some of the PS3 collections of older games because they up-res them. You know, they had 1080p versions of some of those cool games playing, Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3. Obviously, Metal Gear Solid 4, and I don't know why they can't have versions of that that then run on the PS5 in some other way that's like digital, because again, it's 2020. They have a digital console. Why can I not digitally emulate these, right? I'd have to go on my PC and do it, but whatever. That's, again, that's not really a problem with the hardware. It's a little bit of a bummer though, because Xbox has put so much effort onto saying like, hey, you can do whatever you want on these things. You know, if you have like Mechasol from 2002 and you put it in that, like I think it just runs and it kind of up-reses stuff, you know, like it basically does a remastering without actually having to have the studios involved. So, you know, it keeps games relevant. Make sure that you don't have to deal with hardware that's going to break. You don't have to have a game center where you have, you know, your N64 or your GameCube, your PS1, just in case you want to try to go through and play those games again. Like, do I need my Sega Saturn today? Do I need to plug it in? Again, that's a very small problem that won't affect people most of the time, but it's just nice to have that conveniently there. And I do really wish that Sony focused on that, but mostly I just want them to send me that PS5 because it looks like it's a spaceship and I can play the next Final Fantasy game on it, because we all know Shiva. Oh, give me those ice crystals, baby girl. I'll let you guys know if I get a PS5, and if I don't, I'll make another angry video. I'll be really angry. Like, that's how you know if I got one. I'll make an angry video if there's a bunch of robots that outbid me, and I'll make a happy video if I'm able to get one somehow. Alright everyone, this is Wangless Chris. I'll see you guys later. See you in the next one. Have a good rest of your week. Bye bye. Bye bye. Goodbye.